Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking about a cheat in order to actually give your spellcaster sim a curse. Now, these pesky little curses will debuff your spellcaster in some way. It isn't life-threatening besides of one, but there's like 9 different curses in total. Like you have Curse of Scrambled Spells, you have Curse of Uncontrollable Charge, which is the deadly one, which I'll explain why in a minute. And there's another one that I can remember. Oh yeah, Curse of the Night Wraith. Curse of the Night Wraith is by far the most interesting one, as it allows another NPC sim to come to your actual house. And let's just say that this spectre or this spectre can show up at your freaking doorstep randomly, and it's really, one, it's creepy, two, it's kind of, unusual for a sim to come to your house at some point, mostly at night. And it's just strange. Now, a few things that spellcaster curses relate to are werewolf temperaments for when the werewolves game pack, and if your sim is a werewolf, then the temperaments are a very close relative, but for werewolves, not spellcasters. And then one other example I can give you is vampire weaknesses. Now, oh my god, he's actually getting ready to die of sunlight if I don't get him inside, but whatever. Now, again, you may notice that the weaknesses are very similar to werewolf temperaments and spellcaster curses. These weaknesses will haunt your vampire in some way, and you have to choose them. You have no choice. You have to take some of these weaknesses, otherwise you cannot use or get any powers. Each time you rank up a vampire rank, so if you go from, for example, if you go from fledgling to minor, which a lot of you have probably done by now, you will get a weakness. Personally, a good weakness I would take is Withered Stomach, because, Withered Stomach is like one of those basic ones. I would just take it because your vampires can't eat anymore anyway, and if they do, then it doesn't really help them because they don't have hunger anymore. Instead, they have thirst, which, you know what that means. I don't want to tell you guys because it is kind of gross, and yeah, I don't want to get too hungry, so yeah, but anyway. Basically, long story short, is that each time you rank up, you have to take weakness. Now, if I go back to Spellcaster Sim here, my sim Andrew, which is my Spellcaster Sim, there are several ways that your Spellcaster can get cursed. One of which is very common, and that is having your Spellcaster overload. And that is having their charge go up too high, and that makes them, overload, and they get this special movelet called Energy Overcharge, or it's called Magical Overload, and you get from Energy Overcharge, and it's +2 on combo movelet that lasts for 6 hours. I can't speak. But yeah. Basically, this is the exact opposite of vampire energy for vampires. You kind of want this to be low, because the higher it is, the higher chance that your spellcaster has to be cursed. On the flip side, though, if your charge is higher, specifically the charged state, which you'll see brown in the charge, and your sim will get Inspired Movelet for, until it goes back to normal charge state. Which right now it's a normal charge state because it's blue. Normal charge state is blue, and you get no benefits or dangers. So, yeah, it even says so right there. So, be wary that if your charge is charged or lower, your spellcaster is really of no threat of dying or, whatever. The only real threat that they have is becoming cursed. Now, curses are not the end of the world because they don't kill your spellcaster. Instead, they just make it harder for them to actually rank up, and they hinder them in some way. That being, now, the biggest threat of a curse that you can get is Uncontrollable Charge. Now, this curse is by far the most game-changing, and it's also the most life-threatening. Because what this curse does is each time you cast a spell, I do believe you get a 2% bonus for charge increases. Now, that is without any spellcaster charge perks, that being Power Shunt and Charge Control. If you don't have either of these two spellcaster perks, your spellcaster is going to get a huge charge boost, and for the most part, I can't speak. For the most part, this is not good, because if this happens, then your spellcaster will more than likely die. Because again, it happens too much. Now, this is even like something that is even worse than this. I do believe is worse than this is having all 3 levels of this weakness right here, thin-skinned, for vampire weakness. If you have all 3 levels of this, just don't even think about going outside. If you send your vampire outside, they will instantly die. They instantly die. It's a literal second until they die. I literally tested this one time, and I had no time to react. My vampire died instantly, and there was nothing I could have done. So, at most, I think you would only have to pick 2 levels of this. I think it's only necessary to have 2. Just don't pick 3. If you pick 3, basically just don't go outside, because if you go outside, your vampire instantly dies. And for the most part, we don't want our vampires to die, do we? Well, technically they're already dead, but you guys get the point. Basically, they're overpowered undead zombies. That's basically what they are. But as you can see, where is he? He is right here. He's actually burning right now, and as you can see, his vampire energy is depleted completely. Which is not good, because this is the exact opposite of spellcasters. You want high vampire energy. The higher your vampire energy is, the more time they can stay outside, and the more powers they can use before having to regen. However, if it is... I don't know why I have walls up. There we go. However, if it is, low for too long, then your vampires will die. Now, is it, any different from spellcasters? Well, obviously, because I just now named one of them dudes, so, again, it's pretty similar. Personally, I think, it's easier for your spellcasters to die than it is for your vampires to die. Because you have to wait for the bar to go down, and most of the time, if your vampire's outside during the day or during the afternoon, chances are you're going to notice the moodlet, and then you're going to be able to send your vampire back inside before they die. And regen your vampire energy like nothing ever happened. That is unless, of course, you actually have all 3 levels of the weakness I was just talking about. Thin-skinned. If you have all 3 levels of thin-skinned, don't even think about going outside, because if you go outside, it's like a death sentence. Your vampire instantly dies. Dude, I'm not joking either. I literally stepped outside for a second, and my vampire died in the snap of a finger, and I didn't do anything. So again, I do not recommend picking up all 3 levels of thin-skinned. It's just not worth it, because you cannot go outside at all. It's literal. And not even the umbrella can really help you, because your vampire will constantly put your umbrella down to talk with other sims, or sometimes it don't even work. And then the times it does work, it's very seldom. And it's not like that, oh yeah, my vampire can just put their umbrella back out and be fine. No, because they instantly die. So I mean, what is the freaking point of me having an umbrella if it doesn't really protect me for long? Because your vampire is going to die regardless, unless, you just don't go outside. Again, it doesn't matter how much vampire energy you have, your vampire dies literally instantaneously. It doesn't matter if you have max vampire energy. It will go down instantly, like it's nothing. It literally just goes down instantly, and your vampire instantly dies. That is literally no joke. And I've already tested this. It's instantaneously. If you have all 3 levels of the weakness, like I said, you might as well go ahead and say sayonara to your vampire if you send them outside. It's instant. You have no time to react. But just, if you have all 3 levels of the weakness, just don't go outside. Instead, just have your vampire sleep all day, and make them go outside at night, so that way they have the vampire energy to actually do their powers. like, you know, like normal. Because if you don't have any vampire energy, then you can't do shite, and you're stuck in dust. I don't know why I done that sentence, but I guess it was kind of funny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace out. Those were kind of some tips, more than just spellcaster overload and spellcaster curses. So never mind what I said at the beginning of this video. It is kind of a spellcaster and vampire video. A little bit of werewolf too, because like, I mean, obviously, dude, because one other thing I want to talk about though is the glitch that I'm talking about, that I was talking about like I think a week or two ago now. And I've found out to realize and come to the realization that it's just werewolves that this glitch is suffering from. So basically, I don't know if this is a permanent glitch or temporarily. I do not understand this glitch, and I don't like it. And so far, I think it only happens to werewolves, and it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know why it happens, I don't know what causes it to happen, but either way, I don't like it, and it's really annoying. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, peace out! Bye.